Alright, everybody, so we gotta figure out what we want to build and what we want to play, right? So, the Hanako style is incredibly fun to play. I like a lot of that stuff. So we're gonna be playing the Hanako package, as well as, I think, I like the Strife package. If I can combine Strife and Hanako together and get those two going with another champion or two, I think we'll have enough cards to be able to fill out this deck pretty quickly. One of the cards that I want to use, I'm thinking about, I'm looking at everything, right? And I'm reading through everything, and I'm trying to make decisions based off of the new stuff that I want to play or not. So, I think I really liked uh, Yusuke, or whatever his name is, Yasuke. And it wasn't so much that I liked him per se, as I liked some of his cards. So this Defiance thing is really nice. It makes it so that your opponents can't attack that lane unless they attack a unit. Quiet Lotus, yeah. Where's that at? Where is it? In what, Midori? Quiet Lotus. No, not in there. Oh, you saw it over here? Oh yeah, the Midori Quiet Lotus. Yeah, so let's read what that does here. So yeah, I put this in Midori, the Quiet Lotus withstands Holy Rain. I that's quite a name. I like the Entice. It cannot attack, but also has Reflex. It can't be destroyed in battle. Has Reflex if your opponent activates the effects of two or more Eternals in a turn. You may summon me from your hand by paying 2 instead of her jump cost, which is 4. And if I see your opponent activate an effect in my lane, you can expel 1 card from your underworld to draw 1 card. So that's pretty cool. The opportunity to be able to draw cards is really nice with that. I wanted to continue to look at these cards too. So here's this card, the Stop Camping one that they were talking about earlier. Return your opponent's current champion back to their Aether deck. Then they play a new champion and are unable to play the returned champion for the rest of this turn. If they are unable to play a new champion, they cannot play a champion until the beginning of the next turn. So that's cool, and an interesting fact to know that you cannot have a champion on board. Meteora. Destroy all Eternals in this lane for 9. That's pretty high costed. I don't know if I want to play this card just because of how high costed it is. But if it costs like 5 or 6, I'd probably play it. Because you just don't want to spend a whole turn to do something that's not going to be as effective as you want it to be. Let's see. Brick City. Place 1 card in your hand on the top or bottom, or top on the top of your deck, and if you do, your opponent places 1 random card from their hand on the top of their deck. So that's interesting. I don't know if I like this. It takes up a card slot. You can put a specific card from your hand on top of your deck, and your opponent might have to put something good on the top of their deck from their hand, but it's very random. It's not a lot of control to it. There's not a lot of strong manipulation yet that I could tell. And it eats up a card slot to be able to do that, as well as having to put a card back on top of your own deck as well. So I don't think that's a card I want to build with today. Target 1 Eternal, exhaust it for 3. So okay, you can just like straight up, this is just a straight up exhaust target Eternal. That's pretty direct, very straightforward. Hero's Calling. Target an Eternal in either player's underworld. Summon it to either of your lanes and give it haste. So I actually like this quite a lot. There's a lot of Eternals in these games that are really powerful, and if you can give it haste, it's even more powerful. I went ahead and put a couple of those in the deck. So, Midori, this one costs 10 to play, and you have to pay its full cost of 10 in order to play it. And what your benefit is you may play cards from your hand without paying their gem costs, right? So you just pay 10, drop her on the field, and then you just start throwing stuff down into the field and going at it. That's obviously a very, very, very powerful ability. The condition is, if I was summoned at the beginning of your opponent's next turn, you lose the match, even if I have left the lane. So that's the drawback, right? So with great power comes great responsibility. You gotta go and you gotta win the game this turn, or you lose. That's just that's the drawback of playing such a powerful card like this. I don't think I want to put myself in that position. I think that would be very risky for me. Dancing Dragon meets Liquid Sky. Cannot be destroyed by card effects. Reflex during your opponent's turn. You may send me to the underworld by paying my gem cost, and if you do, you can return your current champion to the Aether deck and summon a new one. So, this lets you be able to switch out your champions on your opponent's turn, which is an interesting effect, but I don't have a specific need for that quite yet myself. So right now, I'm out of the Midori deck. I'm liking the Quiet Lotus, and I'm liking the Hero's Calling. So I've selected those two cards for this list. Hero's Calling, Midori, the Quiet Lotus, and what was this one, the Liquid Sky? I think I could actually take that one back out here. Because I'm not going to have enough space. So over here, let's go back to one of the other champion packs, right? So I want to explore the champion packs before I get into the base set, because I want to make sure that I select the best options that I can. I already have a little bit of experience, very little as it is, with the starter kit, so I want to continue to grow that knowledge and understanding. So we have this Yasuke here, Hidden Samurai of the Sacred Pen. He is a fighter type champion. Face the darkness, destiny will destroy you. So he has, you can pay 2 and crush 1. On either player's turn, you can ground your opponent's active champion until the end of turn. So you can activate this, I believe, even in response to your opponent trying to switch out their champion. I don't know if you can or not. I think you can, but I'm not sure. But either way, what this will do, so ground is your opponent can't switch out their active champion. And the burst limit, it costs 3 copies of Yasuke to draw cards until you reach 4 cards in your hand. So if you're draining out cards, if you don't have any cards in hand, right, you're just like, I need cards in hand. You can just be like, refill your hand up to 4 cards, and then you have a lot of card draw power. You can, yeah. Waylon?
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you're activating, so how it goes is your opponent will declare that they're wanting to swap champions. Okay. If you have him out, you can since it is during either player's turn, you can respond with it.
Okay. So you can indeed respond with this either player's turn ability in order to ground your opponent's active champion, which is pretty cool. Oh, is who, Waylon? Who are you? This is your alt account for what? Is this Nick as well or something? Or anyways, so you can use her R3 in order to drop the 4 cards back to your hand, which is really nice. So I could see definitely playing like 1 copy of Yasuke like in the Aether deck. I think that would be a good idea. So Yasuke, I have, where are you? We'll put 1 of you. Oh, I do have her. Alright, so I might put 1 or 2 in there. We'll get the copies correct. But I do have her in the face down Aether pile right now, so that's cool. Then we'll look at let's see, this ability, this Eternal here. So Defiance. So I believe, what was it? Defiance is that you have to attack these cards in this lane in order, but like you have to declare attacks on the units with Defiance before you can attack the lane or any other creatures in the lane? Or is it simply that you can't attack the lane directly? So this is a really interesting way to be able to stop your opponent from doing a whole lot of other extra things to your life total. You have to force them to get through your creatures, and a lot of these creatures have a high toughness in this Yasuke deck.
So entice means they have to attack it first.
Yeah.
Defiance means that they have to attack it before they can attack the lane.
Right. So they just can't attack the lane. Period.
Right, but if you have multiple Eternals out, they can choose the other Eternals for targets before attacking the Defiance.
Yes. Yeah. Just can't attack the lane itself. Just can't attack the lane health. So that's pretty cool. I mean, it kind of puts down a little bit of a control element to your deck. And parry is you can discard one card to parry and attack against me, and parry is neither Eternal deals damage to each other in combat. And end of turn, draw one card if I use my effect to parry, and end of turn, I deal 1 damage to my life in this lane. So the thing about playing these Defiance units is that they have this condition where sometimes you lose life just because you have them in the lane. So you better be using them to save your life because they're going to cost you your life anyways. Like this one, end of turn, if I'm in your lane, deal 3 damage to your life in that lane. So this is something that, if you can get it out, like, your opponent might not want you to have it on board, but they might not want to get rid of it either at the same time, because it might benefit them somehow. It forces your opponent to make some tricky decisions. If your opponent controls 5 or more Eternals in a lane, and you control less in that lane, you can summon me without paying my cost to that lane, and I gain first strike. So that's pretty cool. Being able to play him for free, but your opponent has to have 5 Eternals in their lane, in one lane. Not like between the 2-5, but 5 in 1, which is a considerable number of Eternals to have on the field. I have not seen that many Eternals on the entire board yet at once, so I don't think that that ability is as likely to trigger. However, it for 8 costs is a 6/5 with haste and defiance, so that's still pretty darn good. Get in there, smack something for 6. It has an aura effect with neither player can activate spells, items, or the effects of Eternals. So what does it mean by effects? Is it like these red dots, or... No, that's an ability, right? So what effects can't activate? Thomas, what are effects?
I'm assuming that anything that is an effect that is not an aura. That's not continuous.
So what about these end of turn triggers?
So that's a condition.
It's a trigger.
Right. So the end of turn would be, so like let's say I had the Shield of the Mighty Strife in hand. Yeah, ability equals effect. Yeah, so like if I had the reflex, I wouldn't be able to activate that reflex. But the end of turn would be it's more of a condition because at the end of the turn it has to activate.
Right, that's like a triggered ability to me because
Right.
it's being triggered by the end of turn.
Right.
So let's see. Yeah.
And if something happens, yeah.
So I think that this Art of War might be very useful to have in a deck, just because it can come down, smack down. So, like, would this Art of War nullify haste or defiance of other cards you control?
Those are keywords and not abilities.
Okay. So what's the difference between a keyword and an ability?
So a keyword would be defiance and haste. An ability would be the pink and the green gems.
So is first strike an ability?
First strike would be a keyword.
Hey, Johnny, thanks for stopping in, man. I really appreciate it. Make sure that you square up in the Discord. This way you can see the channels that you want to see. I noticed that you haven't quite set up quite yet. Go ahead and take a moment, get set up. I want you to be able to enjoy what you're there for. Thank you for stopping in and hanging out with us all night. Appreciate it very much. I hope to
He's
see you again soon.
keyword ability.
Huh?
So inside the box is the keyword abilities. Outside the box, like Defiance and Haste would just be
Hey,
keywords.
Spiral. So the paper of the cards are not released yet, but you can definitely print out the print to play. So this file right here is all the print to play folders for the game. You can print these out and you can play them right now with your friends at your house or whatever on webcam if you want to. We are on untap.in. We're playing this right now on Untap. You can play on Untap as well. And that's pretty easy to get in there. You just got to get in there, start typing in some card names, add it to that, and you can start going at it. Now is a great time to get started up with the game before it officially releases. It'll give you an edge, a competitive edge if you're a competitive player. Knowing the cards a little bit sooner than everybody else will help you become more comfortable with the interactions sooner. And that's what we're doing right now. Is we're just trying to learn how to play. We're trying to build a deck right now, actually. Or we're going to build a constructed deck with what we have. And right now I'm just kind of going through all the different cards, talking about what I like, what I don't like so much, and start kind of pulling together a strategy.
And I'm trying to see how I can reset my cache for Untap, so I can actually get the corrected cards.
Let's see. So where is I? Let's see. Yeah, so Art of Destiny seems like a pretty interesting card. I'm trying to figure out how this works too. So once per game, you can activate the following effects in order. And I gain the following effects based on the number of Yasuke in my underworld. So if I have 1 to 3 underworld, Yasuke's in my underworld, I can draw X cards where X equals up to 3. And 4 to 6, I can return to 3 cards in my opposing lane back into the deck. Clear Chrome cache.
Oh no, I found out what it was. I had to log into the browser, to the browser version of Untap, load up the deck, and then load back into my app, into the app, and it fixed it.
What do I have to do? Because I was also viewing it as 4.
Are you on the app or are you just on the browser?
I'm on the browser.
Ooh, that's a good question. Have you tried Googling clear Chrome cache? I'm just kidding.
So I think that you can use this ability once for each dot on there. Is that correct, Nick?
Yeah. So when you play the card, it will trigger to see which effects would activate, and you would do them in sequential order. So he would gain the following effects based on the number you have. So if you have 1 to 3, you would draw up to 3 cards. 4 and 6, you would return 3 cards back from your opponent's lane back into their deck and shuffle. 7 and 8, you would remove both players' Aether deck, and then 9, you would win the game.
Okay, so you only get this activation once when it comes into play.
Right.
And it would give you all of them up to however many Yasukes you have in the underworld.
Now, if you, let's say you played this and you did up to 7, let's say you had 7, you would activate all of that.
In sequential order.
It's once per game. Never mind. I had to read it again. But yeah, even if you bounced it back, it would still activate and resolve in sequence.
So I'll try to figure out if this is constructed deck playable right now. Trying to figure out if it will fit in the strategy that I'm working on. I think it might be a little bit slow or a little bit too mechanic-y for it to work. But I mean, I have it in the deck right now that I started. So maybe we'll remove it once we get going. We'll see how it goes. Silence Fool Charm. It's a quick cast charm. If an Eternal activates a rally effect, you can negate that effect. Or if an Eternal activates a non-rally effect. You can target 2 Eternals in your underworld, remove those targets from the game, and to negate that effect. It costs 4 to play. I think it's a little bit steep to cast. It might be really hard to hold up that much resources in order to pull this off. So I kind of skipped over it for now. Enticing Amulet. Here we go. We have one of our couple of banners in the stack in the game. So you can summon a 0/4 Enticing token with Entice. So this will create a token 0/4, 0 attack, 4 toughness, and with the ability Entice. So your opponents have to specifically attack that unit, or that Eternal token, before that they can continue to attack anything else. So I actually went ahead and added those banners to the game. So I have a question. I can activate this pick ability once per turn, right?
Yes, once per turn.
Yes.
But
Okay.
it's only during your turn. You can't activate it during your opponent's.
Right. Once per by turn. Yep. Okay, so that's why this banner exists as a 6-drop, because if you might want to kill that in order to stop me from making these Entice tokens, this is a very powerful card, in my opinion. This card, I feel, could definitely cost a little bit more, just because of the consistency of every turn putting one of these out, and in addition to that, absorbing up to 6 damage or more before your opponent can actually even start attacking you. So, I mean, you put it into play, you get a token, and so that's 4 damage there and 6 damage on the amulet. Your opponent has to do 10 damage in one turn in order to clear this out of the way. That's very, very, very strong. Infected Summoning Platform. So this is a snare, and it's an infinity, so I think it just sits on the field perpetually.
Correct.
While this card is face up in the lane, neither player can summon cost 3 or lower Eternals to this lane. I think this would be a fantastic sideboard card if we get to the sideboard phase of the game. I think that in this deck, we see that there's not a whole lot of things that cost, like low cost. So I think that if you play this against something like Hanako, this would be amazing against Hanako. Huh?
I was gonna say, yeah, it's gonna be really good against Hanako.
Yeah. And so if I was playing against a Hanako heavy deck, I'd probably sideboard this in and play something with a little higher curve. And play like anything that would be cost 3 lower. I might have my snares or items or such to be able to use instead. I think that's definitely a worthy card for sure. But I want to play the Hanako package in my deck, so I'm not going to play it because I want to play Hanakos. Trojan Tiger. Snare. It's a snare, so it's a 4-drop snare, and you can turn it face up, activate its ability to destroy up to 2 non-eternal, non-token cards in your opponent's controls. And if any of the cards were destroyed this way, right? So it can't be an eternal, and it can't be a token, right? So you can't hit any creatures, or eternals, which means that you're looking to hit the snares and items or anything else that they put into the field, or banners. Yeah, this even destroys banners. So this might be a good way to get over that heart, right? So I could see me playing 1 or 2 copies of this in the deck, Trojan Tiger. Let me just go ahead and put that in there.
I think it'll also be really good against, like, when they play Forbidden Fruit, and before they're able to pay for costs, you go ahead and you Tiger it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get to add the fruit, like, if you have fruit in the discard, or in the underworld, but, like, it's still...
Right.
You're still able to, be able to destroy it before anything.
So if any of the cards that were destroyed by this effect were face down upon activation of this card, if any of those cards were sent to the underworld and are also in your underworld, so like if your opponent has copies that you just destroyed and you have copies in your graveyard of that same card, you can return up to 2 of those cards, or you may add those cards from your underworld to your hand, except for Trojan Tiger. So you can't destroy your Trojan Tiger in order to get your Trojan Tiger back.
Poops on banners, yeah.
Yeah, poops on banners. That's what we were just saying. That it's a good answer to this enticing amulet, which is going to be incredibly hard to overcome. And this kitten mittens, uh, it's cute, but I don't think that it's going to be very good. Maybe in combination with Hanako, you can use Hanako's ability and this kitten mittens in order to reduce power of an Eternal by 2, combining the two abilities. It seems like just like reducing target Eternal, its attack is reduced to 1 for the rest of the turn, and then you can reduce it to 0 with Hanako. So I mean, like, you can like soften up an Eternal of your opponents if you want to, but it's just so much setup behind it. I just don't feel like I feel like there's more efficient things to be doing with our resources and our
I think
time.
it's really good against the ultimate Strife Berserker.
Okay.
So like it still has like you still have Sundering and you still have Lifesteal to deal with, but instead of it being a 3/6, it turns it into a 1/6 that's only dealing 1 damage and stealing 1 life, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or at least between that and if you have the rain champion on board in combination, you could drain 1 as well.
Yeah.
And pretty much reduce it to 0 and you can make anything a 0.
Right. That's what I
But
was
I think,
saying.
yeah, I was gonna say, I think that as far as like in like a vacuum situation, I think
Right.
Kittens is a really good answer to Pepper Plant.
Okay. All right. So we have Urang or Urong. Let's just say Urong. I think that's pretty cool.
I'm
Uh,
usually
huh?
no, I said I'm usually right. You said
Not these past 2 games you haven't been. Alright, so this tactical reload, you pay 1, and either player's turn, you can target 1 Yurong and attach the top card of your deck to that Yurong. If you do, expel the top card of your deck. So you're expelling cards in order to attach a card to an Eternal Yurong that you have. But the question is, what are you gaining for that? What's the purpose for doing that, right? So we got to look at the rest of the Yurong units and the rest of the abilities of what she's trying to support with that ability. The Gunlight Sonata uh, burst limit says both players reveal the top cards of their deck until they have revealed an Eternal. Those Eternals immediately challenge one another. The winner adds their other revealed cards to their hand, and the loser expels their other revealed cards. The Eternals who battled are expelled. Wrong. You wrong.
Yi Rang.
You're wrong. There's an H in there. Makes an ah sound.
All I could think of is Lurch from Adam's Family.
Alright, so what can we do with these attached cards from the top of your deck? So this one says you have green speed, so that's once per turn, but you could do it multiple copies of the Yurong. You can attach the top card of your deck to this card. So here we go again, the same ability as the champion's first ability, right? So here you are, you're attaching a ton of cards to this Yurong. And on either player's turn, you can detach 1 Eternal from her to exhaust a unit in this lane, right? So that's very control heavy. It makes it. Oh, and she's got first strike too. First strike and haste. So that might actually make her pretty good. But what happens to those detached cards? Where do they go?
So essentially, you would just place them under your Eternals to be able to use their effects on either players.
Yeah. But once you detach them, where do they go?
Oh, it would just go to the underworld.
So, I mean, that seems pretty powerful. 5 costs, that's not too bad. First strike, haste, 6 cost. So you can return 1 non-ultimate Eternal from this lane to the top of your deck. Okay, so you can set up whatever specific thing you want to attached to something. And either player's turn, you can detach one charm from her to destroy one non-eternal card in this lane. So I'm getting a very much control kind of haste vibe from this. Like everything has haste and first strike, but cannot attack lanes. She can't attack lanes. She cannot attack lanes, and she cannot attack lanes. So this champion is not one that you play on your by herself, right? So your Yang is just for dealing with your opponent's units, and that's it.
Yeah, she's total board control. She's total board control when it
Yeah.
comes to your opponent's Eternals.
Umbral Ammunition. You can attach one card from your afterworld to her. So okay, so what puts stuff in the afterworld that makes that useful?
Strife.
Strife. So you play Strife and Yurong together. Right. So either player's turn, you can detach one snare from her to send the top 3 cards of both players' decks to the afterworld, and if you do, you can add one card from your afterworld to your deck and then shuffle it. So, yeah, I'm not too sure about that one, but these first 2 were pretty good. Let me see here. We got the Urang, the Phantom Bullet. First strike haste, cannot attack lanes. She's a marksman. You can attach one card from your hand to any Yurong card. You can detach one Yurong from this card and remove it from play. Remove it being the card you detach, or it being this Yurong.
It would be the material, like the one that was under.
Select an Eternal in either lane, or a random card in your opponent's hand, or the top card of your opponent's deck. Deal true damage to it. This card equal to this card's attack. If that card would be destroyed, remove it from the game. If not, or if this card has no health value, expel it instead. Her power is 10, so she's geared up to just like knock down anything. This is a killer card right here. You can detach one Urang from this card. So okay, yeah. So you want to be able to take any Urang and expel it from underneath her. To detach it and expel it in order to activate this ability. What's true damage? Yeah, you expel the Urang unit that you removed, that you detached from
Maybe
this Phantom Bullet.
Venerable damage.
So true damage is just what? The power, just like straight up do 10 damage to it. So let's check out real quick these other snares and items and stuff. We have a 5-cost snare, I Will Survive. For the rest of the turn, all of the Eternals currently in this lane that you control cannot have their health reduced below 1. You can only activate this card on your opponent's turn. Right? So this is a way to stop your opponent from using their units, their Eternals, in order to kill yours. And we have Yeet. Reveal a card in your hand and pay its cost. Select a random card in your opponent's hand and then reveal it. If that card's cost is less than or equal to the card's activation cost, to this card's activation cost, return it to the deck and shuffle it. If not, return your revealed card to the deck and shuffle it. Okay, so you're basically just comparing, you're taking one card in your hand and you're saying, I'm going to pay X, and X is just going to be the power, how much it costs to play the card. So you say, I have a 3-drop in my hand, right? I'm going to pay 3 and going to reveal it. And then I'm going to select a card in my opponent's hand randomly. It's going to be all randomized, right? So you don't know what you're picking. And if it's 3 or less, then they shuffle their card into their deck. And if it's 4 or more, you shuffle your card back into your deck instead. So again, this is another gamble. This is a pretty interesting little card there. I wonder what applications it will have in combos with things. I bet there might be some opportunities for some combos here.
Fan is the first card that comes to mind. You bounce something small
Yeah,
like the 2-drop Hanako back,
right,
and you hope to hit it.
right. Maybe your opponent has fewer cards in hand or something. All right, Dark Bargain with the Underworld Charm. Select 3 cards in your Underworld, shuffle them, and set them face down. Your opponent selects one, you reveal it and take damage equal to its cost, and then add it to your hand. The other 2 cards you shuffle into your deck. So, this would be really nice if, like, your Hinako hasty units get stuck in your underworld. You can bring them back, and you can put them back in your deck or your hand. And it costs 3 to play, so that's not too bad.
Well, and it's not just Eternals. Like, you can also use it on your items or your snares and charms or your
Yeah.
banners.
So, Dark Bargain with the Underworld. I like that one. I think, did I add it? Yes, I did add it. So I did add this one to the deck as well. I was working on this a little bit before the stream. Gravity Banner. Banner Day. As an additional cost, both players must pay 2 gems when they gem summon an Eternal. So, here's another control card, right? So, now all Eternals cost 2 more to play when you're summoning them. By from your hand by paying their costs and summoning them. Which is pretty cool if you wanted to build a more control style based deck, right? I don't know if there's enough cards to build a true control style in this game yet. Plus, you have to win somehow still, so I don't really like the idea of having to pay for more for my own units. But maybe there's a way to special summon stuff to the field instead.
I mean, your Hanakos do it inherently.
Yep. Yeah, they do.
So as long as
If
you,
they can stay.
yeah, I was gonna say as long as you can play them out turns 1 through 3, you drop this on turn 4, and
Yeah.
then you start looping your stuff into it.
So, Arcane Library card. Crush 2 gems and add 1 cost 4 or less charm from your underworld to your hand, right? So this is a recycle card. This is, sacrifice 2 of your gems and add 1 card slot in your deck in order to get a specific charm from your afterworld and put it in your hand. And it's not underworld or afterworld, it's just your afterworld. So again, that's a very specific zone. I don't know that I have enough interest or support in trying to play with that afterworld right now. But maybe that's bad thinking, a bad line of thinking. Maybe I'm just too inexperienced right now with the afterworld and underworld effects to be able to make a determination about how to use this card. But right now, this is probably going to be a pass over until I see more need or use for it. So, what would I take out of here if I were to put it in a deck, in a holistic deck? Um, I mean, if I'm going to play this package, I would probably want to play the entire Urang package because like the Hanako package, the Urang package really ties very well together. I feel like this is something that you really want to have a workup for in and of itself. And I don't think that the deck style that I'm trying to build appeals to this specific mechanic. But that could definitely be another build to build a Urang Strife deck and go from there. So that brings us to the core, to the starter decks. So here we have the Hanako, the Quantum Assassin. I like the Hanakos a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and put some Hanakos in. Alright, so there's a bunch of the Hanakos.
So I actually have a question for Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't see an ultimate for Urang. I'm assuming it's Phantom Bullet, but it doesn't have any identifiers.
Is the coin supposed to be in the Aether deck as well?
No, coin is off to the side. I just put it in the face down deck
How
because
many cards are supposed to be in your Aether bio?
between 1 and 13.
Oh, okay. So it's a
Sorry, 1.
variation. I'm surprised that there's that many of them.
Well, you can play 3 of each.
Yeah. So let's go back to the big screen here. So the Aether Expedition's a great ability. You can, on either player's turn, you can pay 4 and expel one basic Eternal that I control, or I can crush one and expel one basic Eternal, basic enemy Eternal. And at the end of turn, return that Eternal back to its lane and negate its rally effects. So that's pretty cool. Being able to special summon my various Hanakos and do weird fun stuff with them is going to be fun. And or control my opponent's board with the effect and allow me to be able to get through different combinations of defenses. The burst limit is Aether Assassination, so remove 3 Hanako units or Eternals, and on either player's turn, target my assassin and one enemy assassin and an opposing lane, so cross lane, right? So you have 2 lanes, so opposing lane. Um, and then move my assassin to that lane and immediately proceed to damage calculation between those 2 cards. So your opponent attacks, you can slide one of your assassins over into that lane and apply damage calculation to it. So Hanako's pretty great. This is the Quantum Counter Assault. Let's see. You can pay 2 gems, return me to the deck, and special summon and summon a different basic version of me to this lane. If I'm summoned by another Hanako, you can target one Hanako in your underworld and return it to the deck, which is really nice because it keeps the engine kind of going. And when I'm destroyed by battle, you can remove me from the game to target my attacker and destroy it. So you can remove it from the game and kind of give it that death touch effect, which might be worth it, right, for different things. We're going to definitely play the counter assaults. And then this guy, the kinetic execution, is going to be incredible, and it goes really well with the quantum. So strike is whenever this unit deals successful combat, or survives a successful combat. Um, Return me to the deck and summon a different basic version of me to another lane. Right. So you use her in order to special summon your 1-drop, your quantum assault, or your 3-drop, but not this one because she's an ultimate, so non-basic. And then you can gain those abilities as well. And you're basically just moving these Hanakos all over the place. If this Hanako is special summoned by another Hanako, you can crush one and target one Eternal in this lane to destroy it, which is really nice. While attacking a marksman, my attack is doubled and I gain first strike. So, question, is first strike only on your turn, or is first strike static all the time for both Eternals? Because my wonder is if they both deal damage to each other at first strike speed. It's when you attack? Okay. Sweet deal.
So it's an easier way to take out your marksmans.
Yeah. Hanako Quantum Coercion. So strike, return me to the deck and summon a different basic version of me to your other lane. If summoned by another Hanako, you can add one face down or face up cost 3 or less card from your afterworld to your hand. So what I like about this is it's got a 4 power, and although it has only 1 toughness, I mean it's kind of the drawback and the payoff for it. Let's take a look at the Hanako Quantum Katana stream, the ultimate. So rally when it enters the field, replenish all of your crushed gems, which is important because we're going to be crushing a lot of gems on our way up. And condition, can only be gem summoned, and condition, if I attack, remove me from the game after that battle. So, if you can return this to your hand somehow, you can continue to replay it. Some ultimates say when it leaves the field, remove it from the game. But this one just says that when it attacks, you remove it from the game after the battle.
Yep. So you can set up. Well, it says if I attack after that battle, so there wouldn't be a window to be able to like fan. Is the issue?
Yeah.
But that would be pretty cool, like being able to attack and then fan it after damage.
Right. Coercion. I got coercion. Kinetic execution. Quantum assassin. Got that one. Quantum katana stream. That's the big one. We'll add that one too. But we gotta reduce that down to 1. Thomas, how do you make these come into play as copies of 3?
I bring them over and they come into 4.
Yeah, I know. How do you bring them over to B3? I know there's a setting or something somewhere that you could do that, I've heard. Alright, well, never mind. We'll figure that out later. Alright, so I'm at 37 cards right now as it is, and we want to make a 40 to 60 card deck, but probably closer to 40 so that we can have some kind of consistency. Oops, I just totally deleted that by accident. I have another copy open, thankfully. Let's see, where am I? Come on.
Regularly.
Yep, I'm ruining everything over here. Alright, so there, we got through that package. Let's take a look at rain. So I don't know how much of the rain stuff I want to bring in, right? But we can take a look at it. Either player's turn. When a battle occurs, you can target one Eternal, reduce its attack by 1 until the end of the turn. For pay 1, what does it mean drain 1?
So its cost, instead of paying 1, you would gem drain. So it's pretty much like a shard drain in Ardent.
Okay.
You take your gem and put it on the bottom of the deck.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how much I want to be doing that. And then remove 5 rains to move up to 5 cards from your opponent's underworld or afterworld from the game. Yeah, I don't know. That's okay, but I'm not there yet. Now this guy, this girl is really good. Desolation of Innocence is just very playable all on its own. And it says, Aura, if I see an Eternal die, I gain +1/+1. Now I'm just going to go ahead and slap 3 copies of that in the deck.
Card's too good not to.
Let's see what I type in for rain. I get a billion cards in here, so let me see if is there any filter. I don't think there's a filter for this, right? So rain, Desolation of Innocence, Desolation. We're gonna go ahead and add that to the deck. Gonna want 3 copies of her. She's gonna work really well with the assassin package too. She'd also work really well with the what's her name? The Yurong package too.
Yeah.
All right.
Be able to Eternals and just sit there and gain off attack power.
Yeah. So we have Rain, Withering Embrace. If I'm destroyed by battle, select an enemy that destroyed me, destroy that enemy, and if you do, draw one card. Being a 4 cost is a little expensive, but it does have haste, so that's pretty cool too. I like haste, and I like the fact that you can squeeze a little bit of value out of this too.
Think about it this way, though. If you play the 10-drop Midori card, everything's free.
Yeah. I don't think I'll be doing that.
Not going to take the Midori challenge?
Not on this deck, but maybe another day. Maybe if we can get like a stream thing going up specifically to do it. Like we could do like the Midori challenge. I'd be like, can you win off of the Midori cast? Like you just literally like the entire game, you're just like setting everything up and like getting your opponent within range, and then boom, 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 boom. And how many haste creatures can you just throw at your opponent? So how many Withering Embrace do I want to consider? Let's see. We'll add it to the deck for now, and we can reduce some copies. Non-targeting spot removal as well. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't even target. Yep. So then we want to take a look at this girl, the Sorrows of Ethernia. She's really good too. Either player's turn. If I see an enemy Eternal activate an effect, I can crush 2 unused gems and negate the effect until, and if you do, destroy that Eternal. Now this will be really good with the the ultimate from Hanako. So Hanako and Rain kind of seem like they go pretty good together right now. So I'm going to go ahead and add Rain Sorrows of Ethernia to the deck, but I probably won't do the full 3 copies. What's that? Is that the champion? Yeah, this is champion. So let's add this to the deck here. We'll probably reduce that to 2 copies, maybe. I don't know. We'll figure out the copies, the numbers in a minute once we get the cards we want to play in the pile. So here we go. Rain, Abandon All Hope, Rally, remove from the game all cards in this lane except for me until the end of your opponent's second judgment phase. Neither player can activate or place cards in this lane. In condition, when I leave this lane, remove it from the game. I like this guy. He's a 4-drop board wipe that kind of just like makes himself sit there, and he can be a unit to attack with later. It's a 7-drop. Ah.
Yeah, it's a 7.
Well, that's pesky. Let's see. I'll have to figure out how to... Okay, so this is funny that this is coming up as a 7-drop here. Does it come up as a 7-drop and untap as well?
That's a good question. I think it is.
So, what's your name? Rain, Abandon All Hope. Comes up as a 4-drop in here as well. That's one of the error. Okay, so this being a 7-drop, is it still worth playing? I think as a 1-of it is, and that's what it is anyways. It's just a 1-of, so we'll keep it in the pile for consideration.
I mean, it shuts down
a lot.
Lane for 2 turns.
Yeah. So back to the boss Rain. Yeah, I don't know if I want to use the champion Rain. I don't think she does a lot for me. Let's take a look at Strife, though. Strife as a champion can be pretty useful. You can pay a little bit of life to get a little bit of card advantage. So expel the top card of your deck to the afterworld face down, and if you do draw a card, target 1 Eternal in either underworld, summon it to the to one of your lanes and give it haste. And if you do, and if that lane's health is greater than 0, make the life of that lane equal to the opposing life's lane. So we will add some strife to the deck here. Let's see what we get when we type in strife. All right, sweet deal. The only named strife in games. Kneel before me. Let's see. We will add you to the face down pile. There, we got 8 cards in that pile now. So we might need to figure out what we want to put in that pile. Just as like to be able to like what's good to have as a backup for switching out. We could put some rain in there, I suppose.
Let it rain.
Rain what? Rain the Queen of Eternal Sorrows. We will add you to... Come on. Face down pile. What's what?
Yes, you do need to make something that says make it rain.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so the rest of the strife cards, let's see. So starting off with the champion here, so we get to use that to be able to get some card advantage. The Shield of the Mighty is a reflex card. I like that. The Strife Shield of the Mighty, we're going to add 3 of those in there. This is a really good reactive card to be able to like help keep yourself alive and really mess with your opponent's strategies. The forecast on either player's turn, if your opponent activates a snare or charm, you can negate that effect, and if you just do destroy that card, I think that this is definitely a solid card. It's just so easy to use. I feel like you almost kind of have to play it.
It's really good protection.
Yeah.
Especially against like your ashes.
Yeah.
Or fans.
And Strife Heroic Charge. Aura. My allies that attack cannot be destroyed by card effects until the end of damage calculation. And you can pay 1 and target 1 Eternal in this lane. It gains haste until the end of turn. So this is cool. You can give other things haste, your other Eternals haste, which is actually really, really crazy good. And we have the Berserker Dragon, Lifesteal, and when I leave the lane, destroy all opposing Eternals in that lane and send them to the Afterworld. And condition when I leave, remove me from the game. It's a 3/6 Sundering, Lifesteal. We definitely add the Berserker. And then what was the last one? The Imperial Paladin. No. What was that last one here? Yeah, the charge. Okay, heroic charge. So we're at 56 cards right now. Obviously we're gonna have to do a little bit of trimming down. What, that rain guy, that strife? sorry. Him, he's a 4/4.
Yeah, the heroic charge is a 4/4.
The hero charges a 4/4. That makes him a lot better.
Too bad you can't use your gems under Midori and give everything haste.
So now we're gonna go on to the other stuff, right? So we have the Wildlands fan. Definitely a good card, good control card, very cheap charm to be able to use. Select one eternal, return it from the.
Yeah, I don't think your audio's working. Can you hear me, Leigh?
Hello, hello.
Hey, I can hear you now.
I don't know what happened.
I think you turned it off on accident with your head.
Well, no, I mean like because I was still hearing sound, so it didn't turn off.
Oh, that's weird.
Like my headset does turn off sometimes because it's annoying. I don't know why. I'm not happy with this brand. But anyways. So where were we? Where was the last thing you guys heard?
You were talking about Arrow?
Arrow? Okay. So, yeah, I was saying like the arrow and stuff like that. We could play a lot of things that destroy the non-eternal stuff in order to try to control that aspect of the game. But I think I want to be more concerned about the actual Eternals themselves. So the snares like Ashes of Ethernia are going to be pretty good.
Ooh. I figured out how to make the card art bigger when you hover over it.
No way, really?
Yeah, you can do it in the settings.
What?
It wouldn't be in deck settings. So once you save your deck,
Okay.
I can show you.
Okay. Fountain of Ethernia, restore up to 2 crushed gems. I feel like I kind of need to want to play this card. Just because we're crushing so many gems.
Gotta crush it.
And I don't want to rely on just one card to be able to return my gems back. Forbidden Fruit, crush 2 unused gems, and draw 2 cards. I am on the fence about this card. I'm going to go ahead and skip it for now. It's a good card, don't get me wrong. Obliteration Engine. If a cost 2 or higher Eternal would be summoned, pay life equal to its gem cost. Negate the summon of the Eternal, and if you do, remove it from the game. I also like the Obliteration Engine pretty good too. So it's Obliteration Engine and Ash, the Ashes of Ethernia. Between those two cards, I feel like there's plenty of protection for things. Obliteration Engine. I just don't know what I'm gonna have to cut. Because we have a pretty hefty deck right now. So time to start getting into this and cutting cards, right? So, Dark Bargain of the Underworld. Let's see, I think that we could cut this down to maybe 1 copy. Maybe less. Yasuke.
Yasuke.
So I kind of want to see if I can't pull like all of like the special cards up to the top here. I like this Entice gave me a lot.
I'm telling you, as soon as the 5K hits, every time I play it, it's going to be a Leroy Jenkins all over again.
So we got this Mudari, Quiet Lotus, Trojan Tiger is going to go up. Do we play maybe 2 copies of Midori? I think we play 2 copies of the Lotus. So we don't want to get bogged down with it. The Hanako, we're going to the full Hanako package. And it looks like we're going to the full rain package. Maybe we cut down on one of those, did we? So we gotta figure out what one of these packages we gotta cut down, right? And or the supplementary products over here on the side. Obliteration Engine versus Fountains of Ethernia versus Ashes. Let me see. Infected Summon Platform. With this card is face up in the lane, neither player can summon cost 3 or lower. So yeah, we actually just go ahead and remove this from the game. Or we add it, move it to sideboard. This is the spicy stuff. Deck building right here. Here we are. What makes the cut, right? I like this Hero's Calling, but let's put it down to 2 because we just have to trim hard right now. I think that target an Eternal in either player's Underworld, summon it to either of your lanes, and give it haste. That's just so good. There's so many things you could do with that. I almost don't even want to trim it down to 2. Let's go ahead and move this Underworld to the sideboard too. Do you agree with that, Thomas? Dark Bargain with the Underworld?
I'm playing it in my main deck because I'm,
Yeah. You're probably playing Stray Hanako heavy. Trojan Tiger, I think we can put that in the sideboard. Down to 55 cards. Not too bad. We're getting there. We're getting there. Making fast progress. So Stray Hanako, Yasuke is my deck, right? So that's actually pretty good. Between 3 champions, that's what we really want to be, is having 3. So what are the numbers, right?
Don't give away. Don't give it away, Nick. He doesn't know.
you can't special summon the Midori, can you?
No, but you pay 10 to play it out, and then everything you play in your hand that you gem summon or pay for its cost is free. But it has to be from hand. Like the Strife heroic charge won't be able to use its effect to give quickness.
Okay. So where are we? Fountain of Ethernia. I don't know. I think I have to play the 3 of them. If I want to allow myself to crush gems, I have to be able to uncrush them. Obliteration Engine. We can go down to 2 copies of the Obliteration Engine. But I do like the Fountain of Ethernia. But I mean, they're like literally the same thing. I mean, like, you can negate the summon of a unit versus destroy target unit, right? And it has to declare an attack. Let's go down to 1 Ash and go back up to 3 Obliteration Engines. Enticing Amulet is so good. At 3 cost. What would be reasons to not play this card, if any? I can't think of any. This is just going to be such an absorbent card. And it's going to make playing Strife a lot easier to do, too. So Strife Heroic Challenge, or Charge. He's a 4/4, and I like that. And I like that he can give something else haste. And cannot be destroyed by card effects. I like that. Alright, so that stays at 3. The Berserker Dragon. Oh yeah, he's good. He's sticking around. The Kneel Before Me. That's so good too. Shield of the Mighty. Oh yeah, so like we don't cut any Strife cards. And we don't cut any Hanako cards. So Strife, so we're looking at having to cut Yasuke or Rain. Let's take a look at Rain here. Rally, remove from the game all cards in this lane except for me until end of turn. Your opponent's second judgment. That costs 7. Alright, so Reigns of Sorrows, Ethernia. Crush 2 unused gems. Negate the effect. Okay. Withering Embrace. If I'm destroyed in battle, this guy hates. It's a 4/1/1. Draw a card. Rain Desolation of Innocence. That card's staying in even if I cut the Rain package. Alright, let's take a look at... So this is Midori, the Lotus. We'll keep the 2 Lotus in there. The Yasuke. Defiance Haste. If your opponent controls 5 or more Eternals in a lane, which, let's just ignore that because it's probably not going to happen. Needed player can activate spells, items, or the effects of Eternals. So that's a continuous. But he costs 8 to play, so he's actually pretty hard to play. I'm going to cut him down to 1. Yasuke, Art of Destiny. I think we actually also cut the... we remove that. Let's butcher the Yasuke package. And see where we end up at. I cannot attack. I cannot be destroyed by card effects. If your opponent controls an Eternal in a lane and you do not, you can summon me without paying my cost in that lane. Yeah, I don't know. Let's cut that. And if your opponent controls 3 or more Eternals in a lane and you control less than them in that lane, you can summon me without paying my cost to the lane, and I gain Intercept. Opponents chooses. Let me make the bigger version of that card. Art of Persuasion. Yasuke.
Yasuke.
There, that's so much easier to read. Oh, man. Alright, so, your opponent chooses 1. Or, your opponent chooses A. Reveal cards from the top of your deck until you reveal a basic Eternal. Activate without paying its cost as under your control. Yeah, I don't like this guy either so much. Let's go ahead and cut him out. And Art of Defiance isn't looking too hot now. I cannot attack, which isn't fun. I cannot be destroyed by card effects, which is great. But let's see. You could play it for free. You can discard a card which isn't great, in order to parry an attack against me. So I feel like I'm losing advantage here in order to gain the advantage of the Defiance. I don't think I need the Art of Defiance card. I cut that. Alright, the Art of War. So an 8 drop, if your opponent controls 5 or more Eternals, which isn't going to happen probably, neither player can activate spells, items, or the effects of Eternals. Yeah, I don't like that right now. Alright, so where does that leave us?
He had Sundering.
Yeah, well. 43 cards, that's pretty good. I feel like we are super close to having this deck here. Am I missing anything that I should be reconsidering for special cards? For non-eternal cards?
I'm sorry, what was your question?
Am I missing anything in the non-eternals list that I should be reconsidering?
I think it looks pretty solid.
Mm-hmm. This is the person who's trying not to lose to me. No, yeah, I think this is looking pretty good too. And then I gotta get the coin. Wait, what's the coin called? It's a rivalry now. Yeah. Friendly rivalry. Coin of Eternity.
I'm 0-2 right now. That's why I don't like playing on stream. I always lose. No joke. Went to 3 different regionals that they played on stream.
Yeah.
Every time I played on stream, I lost.
I've played on one stream showcase, right? You know, when they showcase pairing or something like that. I played once. In Dallas, I played Howena, Sola, and they put me on stream, and I did some pretty cool stuff, but ultimately I didn't win. And I wasn't ashamed, but you know, it wasn't fun not winning on stream. So
Wait.
Hero's Calling is pretty good. I like that. Enticing Amulet is fantastic. Obliteration Engine I like because you can negate the effect. Now, the difference between like Obliteration Engine and Ashes is like you might miss your opportunity to be able to use Obliteration Engine, but you still could always use your Ashes of Ethernia later too. So,
I mean, you're also negating a summon, not just
yes.
destroying while they attack.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go up to 44 cards and see how that looks too.
Because you can dodge Ashes with a Hanako champion ability.
Yeah. Let's go back to that Midori package. Let's look at this Lotus again. Ah, it's a beautiful Lotus. So,
Just
I can.
wait, foil.
What's that? Oh my
I
god,
said,
foil, yeah.
yeah.
Reflex. If your opponent activates the effects of 2 or more Eternals in a turn, you may summon me from your hand by paying 2 instead of my gem cost. And since it's a reflex, I can do it on my opponent's turn, right? And if I see your opponents activate an effect in my lane, you can expel 1 card from your underworld to draw 1 card. It's a 1/1 for 4 or 2. Can't be destroyed in battle. Good blocker. Entice. I like that, actually. I think that that's a pretty solid card. Probably the best card in Midori. Besides the ultimate.
Uh, uh,
What?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I won't. I won't say. I won't say it's not the best, but it's definitely top contender.
You're thinking that the ultimate is?
No, I think the champion is like by far the best card in the Midori package.
So let's see. Pay 2 and crush 1. If an Eternal would be destroyed by a card effect on your opponent's turn, negate that effect. Okay. Yeah, this can make a lot of dead cards. And then remove 3 Midori units. If a card would be destroyed by a card effect during your turn, negate that effect. So I think the first ability is sufficient enough on
But
its
it's
own.
on your opponent's turn.
Yeah. Do you think I should probably add 1 Midori to the champions pile?
She's definitely playable.
Still like another hour and a half. Like if my opponent plays down a couple of snares or whatever, I could go ahead and try to switch out my champions. I activate the switch, right? So the process is I activate the switch and they respond to me declaring an activation, right? Now they can't respond to me putting one into play after that has been, after the declaration. Like what's the process? Do you declare which one it is that you use that you want to switch out?
So you state. So you're saying I'm going to change champions.
Yes, and then do you declare who you're changing before they respond?
Correct.
You don't declare the name. So you declare the switch, but you don't declare the name. Okay, so you say, I'm going to declare a switch. Response? No response? Okay, I'm going to make my switch.
Yeah.
And then you switch, and then do they have an opportunity to respond to the new champion coming in after that?
I mean, I think they have a priority window as well. Like when this card resolves, like you have a soft priority window.
Right, but it's not the switch is making it come into play. You're not casting it. Yes, what?
Yeah, if there's an open game state.
What's an open game state?
When effect has resolved and nothing is activated, then the player has an open. Then you declare open game state. So then your opponent, like if you pass your priority, let's say you don't have anything you want to activate, then your opponent can state in an open game state, then they can activate an effect.
Okay. Yeah, but they can't activate anything until until the new champion hits the board.
Correct.
Okay. Because then what this would allow me to do is be able to switch this out, and I'm bringing Midori in necessarily. The Immortal Plus. And I think I just play one of her in that pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'd have 12 of those, which is fine.
So you could add one more if you wanted to.
Yeah. Do I have another one I'd want to add? I mean, like, going ahead and filling in the options is fine, right? Would the Yasuke champion have any use? Pay 2, crush 1, ground your opponent's active champion.
Yeah, it's like Dick said. I mean, worst case scenario, it's removal when you want to swap champions.
Yeah. So, what other champion would I want to put in that champion pile in the Aether deck? Yasuke?
Yasuke. Sorry.
Yurong? I don't think Yurong can do a lot for me.
I don't know. I mean, if you tried, you don't know if you're going to be wrong or not.
Right. Well, I have to bring in the whole package for Yurong. So I think Yasuke is correct, though.
If loving you is your wrong, I don't want to be Yasuke.
Oh, but I already have Yasuke in here, so I just add another copy of Yasuke. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Unless I want to go back down another copy.
Don't laugh, Nick. It's only encouraging.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's the deck, right? Do we want to run it?
Let's go.
What the heck should I name this? Please reconsider a choice in deck title. I can't name it Assassin's Creed? What?
It's the spacing.
Like too much space in between the letters or too many letters?
No, between the words.
Why would there be spacing issues?
You should also add your gems.
Oh yeah. Gem?
Oh no, you can type in Ethernia stone.
How do you get the life counter things?
I bring them in as tokens. So like I insert the card itself.
Okay. So that's in the tokens thing?
Yeah, I already have them on. So whenever you join the
Ethernium stone.
Ethernium.
What? Alright. What? Is it because it has the word ass in it? No, I don't know. Whatever. Alright. Games. Oh, look at that. You already have one ready to go. Yes. Come on. Is it just being slow on me right now?
No, you're in.
There you go. Haha! Take
Cool.
that. 18.
Still not above a 10.
That's the way. It should be. Shuffle.
Choose your face down token.
I'm trying to. Come on. Come on. Let me take a look in here. Oh, there we go.
I'm assuming you're taking first.
Yes. Alright, so I draw 4. Alright, so, okay, how do I make things look bigger?
Oh, you have to go through the menu.
Yeah, game menu, game. History.
You're gonna have to leave this game.
What?
It's in the actual settings, like it's in the actual untap settings.
Oh. Um. Well, whatever. We'll just keep playing. All right, I'm gonna do bottom one and draw two.
I put one back.
Yeah.
How'd you do? Flip your champion, sir.
And pass. Yeah, Dylan's retiring. He's done. Oh, fine.
It's a mirror. Draw.
Yeah.
Two can play at that.
What? 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 Can I use my rain to attack your rain? Huh?
I said technically you could.
Yeah, alright. Good to know. Good to know. Do I want to? I don't know. But I could. Alright, I will draw for turn. And then I will untap. Draw to play. Combat.
Sure. Inner combat's good.
Attack unit. Attack your other rain. Ah, you jerk. What? Stupid gemstone. I hate gemstones. That was so rude.
I'm gonna put my discard in the discard because that way it's easier for me to like click in and look into it.
Sure.
Anything else?
Oh, jeez, that was rude.
Off the bat.
Oy vey. He's coming for blood. Alright. I gotta send the top one to the afterworld face down. Draw to play face down. Plop there. And then I draw one card. Alright. Proceed. Yeah, that's gonna be a good old whopping 3 damage right there in that turn.
Combat.
Yep. No responses. Get your damage in. What's that one? 1? Alright.
Yeah, this one. Combat. 2. Pay 1 for Hanoka.
Yep.
Pay 1 Strife Effect.
Yep.
And I'll draw 1. Pass turn.
I will draw for turn. Pass.
Draw turn. Judgment. Combat.
Yeah.
1.
Yep.
Combat for 2.
Yep.
Combat.
Yep.
1.
Activate.
Play fan from hand. I'll bounce it.
Select one eternal, return it from the lane to its owner's hand, and if the selected eternal returns to your opponent's hand, it cannot be summoned. Okay, so you can return your own. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not doing too hot this game. No mercy mode.
Pay 1 for play.
Yeah.
Pass turn.
All right.
I told you, Nick, I wasn't playing.
All right. Don't look at the chat. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Hey Nick, if you're out there, I had a question for you. Oh, it's right there. I just posted it right in the chat here. Yeah. So, if you look at my hand here, you can see what I got going on here. So my question is if I can use both at the same time. And how would that resolve? Would they both do the same thing? Okay. I don't particularly know exactly what you're saying. Um, but so no. Okay. Right. Um, pass turn.
Draw. Combat.
Yep.
2. I'm sorry. 1, not 2.
Guard.
Sure. Pay 2. Use her effect to bounce her back.
Yep. Mhm.
Combat.
Yeah.
1. Combat.
Yep.
1.
2.
Or yeah, 2. Sorry. Lee's like, if you wanted to do 1, it's fine.
I mean, like, I'm not gonna cheapen, a victory or a loss or anything. They keep it real.
2 to lane.
And I can't choose to block unless I have intercept, right? So.
Correct. Strike.
Yeah.
Summon ability. Add my face down to my hand.
Say what? Face down hand? What?
No, add my face down afterworld to my hand with Hanoko.
Afterworld?
Yeah, because I banished it with Strife.
Oh, hold on. If I'm special summoned by another Hanako, you can add one face down or face up cost through less card from your afterworld. Okay, yeah.
Pester.
Try one. Combat.
Sure.
Lane for 4.
It's good.
I'm gonna put this in my deck.
Sure.
Find card.
I'm gonna pull chat back up now.
Yeah, yeah. Move to combat.
Sure.
Attack Lane.
Sure.
Put this back to my deck. Activate. Oh, I forgot to use her other ability, which is if I'm summoned by another, I could crush one and target. Oh, dude, I missed that opportunity real hard. I misplayed. I'm trying to learn how to play that. So I should have totally just killed that Rain. Or the Hanako.
When you activate your second strike, I'm going to pay 2. And I'm going to summon my Quiet Lotus. So she has Entice, can't attack. When I see effects of 2 or more Eternals activated in a turn, I'll summon it from my hand. And if I see my opponent activate an effect in my lane, I can expel 1 card from my underworld and draw a card.
Okay. I have champions in my main. Why are they there?
Judge. Yeah, just put them in your face down pile for now. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't
Actually,
understand.
put them in your expel pile. That way you don't. Yeah.
Come on. Whatever. Okay, so gonna put this here.
Sure.
Going to shuffle. And entice, right? Okay. She's a 1/1.
She's a 1/1 who can't be destroyed by battle.
So this ability triggers, right? And I'm going to put this card in my hand.
Yeah, that's fine. When you use your ability, I'm going to expel and draw a card.
Yeah. Attack her.
Sure. She'll kill you.
Kill it.
Yeah, I can't die in battle.
Oh. Okay, then hold on. Timeout. Like, so it can't die in battle.
Yeah, she can't die in battle, and so you can kill her with card effects.
What card effects can I do to do that? So, entice is I have to attack her too, right?
Correct.
Well, shoot. Um.
The spice. That's right.
And I can't use. And I can't use that ability again. The strike ability again. So hold on. Instead of playing her then. So cannot be destroyed by battle. Let's see what can I do?
You play the right unit. I would just use her ability when she comes in.
What ability?
When she's summoned by another Hanoko, you can.
She's not summoned by another Hanako.
You did because you attacked. Oh no, you played it from hand. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. Just kidding. No. You did.
I played her by hand.
Oh, you did play her by hand. Never mind. Ooh, we were paying 5 for it. Looks good.
4/4. And then I guess I'll pass the turn from there.
Sure. Draw.
Yeah, that Lotus is might be a problem for me. This guy indestructible, or it can't be dead by combat. So I have to kill it with something else.
Let's go to judgment. Combat.
Yeah.
4 to lane. Strike.
Yep. Nothing I can do about it.
I will not use her summon effect. Combat.
You're not gonna use the summon effect? Okay.
Combat.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me count. Yeah. 2 lane.
Yep.
Strike.
Yep.
Hanoko effect. I will add fan back to hand.
Yeah. Fan. Huh?
Yeah, I'd put fan in my afterlife due to Lotus effect.
Okay. Okay.
Play fan.
Okay.
We'll add this back to your hand. Combat.
Yeah.
1 to lane. Play rain for 4.
Alright, so you played this guy. Haste 1/1. Okay.
Combat.
Yeah.
Deck units.
You bastard. Alright.
Rain dies, and rain will gain 1 counter, and then it will trigger destroying you. Draw a card.
Yeah. So this destroys this guy too, right? So.
Yeah. Then I'll get another counter. Combat.
Yep.
4 to lane. Pass turn.
Oh. Wow. Oh boy. Yeah, this game has been way downhill ever since the first move.
Yeah, the rain into the strife kind of.
Yeah, that was brutal. Well, I only had to sit on 1/1 drop, and then it was sad face. Nothing to follow it up with. Let me see. What can I do? Can I do anything? I think I want to activate champion swap.
Sure.
So those were not even supposed to be in the deck. So I have to figure out what my deck list looks like. Come on. Alright, so. Strife will go to.
Sure.
Oh, my poor lanes.
Decimated. I'm just kidding.
Yep. Oh yeah, super decimated. All right, that is not even an understatement. Trying to figure out how to get rid of that Lotus.
Yeah, Hanoka is so powerful though.
What the fuck is that? Combat. Lane.
Sure. Yeah.
Activate.
Mm-hmm. Go get you one drop.
Yep. Where are you at? It's like not even in this pile. I can't even scroll to it. I know I had the one drops, didn't I?
Yeah, there is a gray bar. Did you not see it at the bottom?
Wow, that thing is like almost impossible to grab. Where the heck is they? Yeah, so those three ranged champions that I had must have been the one drops. That's what I thought they were. So I have to fix that in the list.
That's fine. Yeah, display them as one drops.
Oops.
There's so much Hanoka on the board.
So then the one drop enters, and then I can pay. So what's the second ability on the one drop again?
I can clone it for you. Hold on.
It's literally just have to do with the afterworld, right?
Oh yeah, it's put one
Okay.
from your underworld back in your deck.
So I don't have that anyways. So anyways, I can pay the what is it, one or two for the first ability?
Did you put the other two back in the deck?
Yeah,
Did you shuffle?
not yet because I'm gonna go back in there,
Okay.
right? So does it cost one or cost two to activate that first ability?
Pay two.
All right, go into deck.
When you activate, I'm going to use her ability to
Yeah, draw a card.
draw a card.
Second ability, if I'm summoned by another Hanako, you can crush one and target one Eternal in this lane and destroy it. So.
Yep.
And then swing for two.
Sure.
And then swing for one.
Yep, looks good. Off of one effect or what?
Yeah, you can activate Lotus again. He's saying, if your opponent's activates an effect in my lane, you can expel one card from your underworld to draw one card. You could keep doing that as many times as I activate stuff.
Oh, it was just one effect. So when he came out and used the destruction effect, it was only one because he struck from the other side.
Yeah, so
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. I didn't even
right.
think of
And then yeah, and then effect 3 is the actual target from the Sanako summon coming in. So you had 2 more draws.
that. True, true. Look, there you go.
That card is crazy.
What else you
Oh boy. Pass turn.
draw for turn?
Hand limit is 10. You have 10 cards. I'm sure you'll play something. 10 cards is a lot. That's a big hand size. Especially in a 40 card deck.
Play for free.
Play what for free?
Uh, yes,
Uh,
Yasuke. Since you control an Eternal in your land, and I don't, I can play for free.
yeah.
I can discard a card to parry any attack against it.
Oh my god, you have so many cards. Oh, gross.
Combat.
Mhm.
Forward lane.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and swap out.
Yep.
Combat.
Yeah.
2 to lane.
Block.
Block.
Yeah, because that reflects that. Does it get its strike ability or not?
The attack. It's still an attack.
Yeah, but you're not hitting your target.
Well, strike just means I have to survive my attack. Um,
Right, it dies anyways. But
yeah.
supposing it didn't die.
I'm going to respond. So when it hits, or when it hits board,
Yep. So
I'm
well,
gonna fan
it
it back.
says hold on. It says proceed immediately to combat damage.
Right.
So this it doesn't
Oh,
have a response.
oh no, never mind then. Um, oh, that makes sense. Okay, that's fine. It dies.
Woohoo! It's like the best play I've done all day.
One.
Another one.
Another one.
Another one. That's not fun. How
Um,
come you had like all of the good stuff this game?
I'm not gonna play it. Hold on.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay, since I control less and you have 3, I'm gonna play the 5 drop down for free. Yasuke!
Yeah, go ahead. Then you play the 2 drop. Or
I'm gonna fan this and put this back in your hand.
Okay.
Two for Hanoko.
Sure.
Combat.
Mm-hmm.
2 to lane. You can't replay the strife because I bounced it back with fan.
Oh. Sure.
That's why I did. Strike.
Yeah.
Third drop. 3 drop effect. Add fan back to hand.
Nice.
Time to set.
Huh?
I said time to set cards. I will sacrifice to the afterworld, and you will pick the effect, either reveal top card or me draw 2.
Reveal the top card or what?
So either I'll draw 2 cards or I'll reveal the top card of my deck until I get a basic Eternal, and then I put it into play for free.
Okay.
And then everything goes back to the deck.
I suppose you draw 2 then.
Okay. Ooh, that was smart. Top of the deck.
What's that?
It's top of the opponent's deck. Oh, that's even more interesting.
And then it would be put into play under your control?
Yes.
So yeah, in other words, play this card, draw 2 cards.
I will pass turn. Actually, hold on. I'm not gonna pass turn. I'm gonna champion swap.
You gonna what?
I'm gonna champion swap
Okay.
in response.
Yeah, you're gonna go get your Hanako and get into the control board mode.
Now I'll pass turn.
Oh, Midori. Pay 2, crush 1, and if Eternal would be destroyed by A card effect on your opponent's turn. Negate that effect. Alright, well, I'll draw a card for turn. Hmm. Um... Um... And you can discard cards to parry.
Yeah, it's only once per turn though.
So you lost 1 life on your turn.
Yeah.
For the yes game. Jeez, I don't know what to do here. I don't feel like I have the tools I need. Activate Hanako's first ability to expel Yusake. Or Yasuke.
I will respond. Strife. And I'll take the effect.
Trying to read that. Get back here. Fine.
On the activation before
Yeah.
it resolves.
Put your Midori in.
No. I'm going to fan. Oop, onward. I'm gonna fan this.
Okay. I didn't realize how good Fan is gonna be in a Hanako deck. That's definitely something I'm gonna have to put back in. Well, that's cool. The only thing in my hand that I can play is what you just put in there.
You have the Strife.
Yeah, but I don't know. In exasperation, I suppose a pass turn.
In turn, I will take a damage.
Yeah. Is this every player's turn?
Yeah, during the end.
EOT is both players' turn, not end of your turn.
No, end of turn. Yeah. Charge. Oh, actually, Strife goes back as well at the end. Combat. Attack your lane for 4. Strike effect.
Yep, so... Okay, yeah, that hit the lane, which has no life. Yep.
Combat.
Yep.
2 to lane. Strike it.
So where did so what did I miss here? So you hit me with the other Hanako for 2?
Yeah, I hit you for 2, and then I striked.
So for the Hanako, I would drop in the Strife.
Okay, hold on. Let me bring it back out then. That's fine. Combat.
Yep.
1. Play Strife.
Yep.
Pass turn.
All right. Draw for turn.
And then I will take 1 for end of turn.
Yep. Combat. 1.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
Skate will take it.
Yep. Combat. 1.
Mm-hmm. He will take it again.
That's ready well.
Yeah. About to drop 7 on me. Lord of mercy. Yeah, that's the thing. I knew I shouldn't have played the 6.
Yeah.
Because I would have negated your effect. And then the rest of your stuff gets removed too.
I'm trying so hard right now, but that tap is so uncooperative.
Yeah. By the way, you're. Oh, she doesn't have haste anymore. Never mind. I was gonna say she had haste.
Oh. No more haste. Sad face. Um.
Oh, she does have haste. Okay, so you can attack me for one.
Might as well get one in.
Dink.
Um. Yeah, I better not play a unit in that lane.
It's gonna die.
Yeah, because you can just straight up attack it. For no benefit to me. Alright, so your first judgment.
Yep. Just base.
And then next turn you can play stuff.
Pass.
Combat.
Sure. Tink.
Hmm. Can a lane with 0 life gain life back to it?
I don't see why not. The game's not over yet.
Mm-hmm. Nick. Can a lane with 0 life in it? No lane cannot. It's dead. Okay.
Oh, oh.
Huh. Alright.
Just kidding.
Just kidding. I mean, that seemed like a good idea. uh. Let's see. Does the one drop Hanako have
There you go. I'll let you see it.
thanks. So yeah, I can't play that yet either. Hold on, let me just go ahead and clone that.
Oh, there you go. I'll let you see it.
Clone it. Clone. Clone. So if I put these clones in my deck, will they go away?
Yeah, as soon as you shuffle, it's gonna go away. So this is not. I was gonna say, to be fair, it's not gonna matter.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think you got a lockdown going on. I honestly don't know what I can even play.
just play it all.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have a whole lot of.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I just passed turn.
Draw for turn. Judgment. Yasuke. So he has haste, and he has a continuous aura that says neither player can activate spells, items, or the effects of Eternals. Enter combat.
Yeah, that's the game, right? So you just hit for 6.
Yeah, swing for 6, exactly.
Yeah. Good game.
Yeah, you too.
Trying to figure out something here.
Yo, my hand was nuts.
Your hand was so gross. Like that turn 1 play into that. Oh my god.
Nuts.
That screwed me like for like the whole first like quarter of the game. Was trying to play catch up from that. I mean that literally killed my whole lane. Like that play killed my lane.
I did it, Nick. I did it. Are you proud? It only took 3 games. Yeah. It's sauce. I'm telling you. Like as soon as I started reading this stuff, and I was like, I'm just gonna make like the most disgusting like bouncy deck ever.
Yeah.
Like the Hanokas just bounce back and forth, so I can manipulate how many I have on my side, so I can just play stuff out for free.
I gotta fix my deck, whatever the heck was wrong with it. Let's get in there. So first of all, Rain, Hanako. Yeah, the quantum, remove that. And Hanako, counter assault.
So I was definitely going to play it, but I ended up having like 46 until I started taking stuff out, and then I forgot to put it back in. But it's in my side deck list.
There we go. I got the right guy in there now. Oh, that Midori. Oh my gosh, that was brutal too.
Yeah, I just recycle fans. Like you should be playing fans.
Yeah.
Fans are good.
What's the name of the fan again?
It is Wellens fan. Weilins. Yeah.
Is it double L or L-I?
It's Li. It's ILIN.
It's WEILI.
Yeah, IN. Yeah.
That didn't hit. Waylon? Yeah.
I wanted to drop the 10 drop, like, if I hit it on turn 10 and save my Hero's Callings.
Oh, okay. There's no way.
Well, Leigh, it's been a pleasure.
Likewise.
Nick, it's been fun. I'm going to take this victory and
and run.
And not shave my head.
Alright, so what do I take out of this deck? What is bad in this deck? Like, I didn't see one copy of Enticing Amulet. That would have helped me so much. That would have probably saved my lane. um,
Have a good night, guys.
See you, Tom. I'm just sure here. So I fixed. So I like the Midori. I like the fan. The fan was really nice coming back from that. The fountains. Do I bother with the fountains? Do I take those out? Obliteration engine and ashes are good. Let's take the fountains out. Yeah, I don't think so either. That brings me back to 44 cards. 44 should be good. Yeah. Yeah, the ult should be enough, I think. But the problem is, like, if I get it, right? So, I mean, that's not really a pretty guaranteed thing at all either. So I don't want to be crushing stones all the time and end up with no stones left to be using, you know, so. I mean, I don't really know what else to do. I mean, maybe the Berserker Dragon could come out because it's really slow. Yeah, the Hanako skill. Yeah. I feel like the Berserker Dragon's slow, like the Strafe Dragon. And it doesn't do what I want it to do, as far as mechanically speaking. It doesn't help me survive, and it doesn't help me in the aggro side of things either. It's just slow. Move to the sideboard for now. Hero's Calling. Some bounce. Yeah. Why the bounce? Oh, when I leave a lane, destroy all the opposing Eternals in that lane and send them to the afterworld. I gotcha. I mean, I do have fans of the deck now. So that might change that. I didn't actually realize that second ability. So I put her back in for now. Were the upper end strife cards too expensive and too slow to play? I think I cut back on one of those. And one of those. The Hanako package, I was thinking about cutting a little bit of the strife package, trimming that down. Just enough to get to 42 cards here. Seems fine. Like, I could also cut down an obliteration engine now, too, and maybe one Ashes of 30, yeah. I just have a 40 card deck there. Yeah, cutting the upper end of Strife makes sense. Yeah, obliteration is pretty good. Do I want to cut the other ashes then? Or do I don't know, Enticing Amulet just seems so good. Yeah, Hanako's good, but it can find that stalemate. And it gets to that tricky part when you play the second, what's it called? The second kinetic execution. When you get the second one of these on the board, it feels weird because it feels like you're kind of stuck. Like, 'cause you almost don't want to attack with it because it risks losing it. I feel like I could maybe cut these upper end strife packages, like you're saying, maybe bring in a card or two from Yearlongs. You're wrong. First strike haste. It's a 5 drop, 5 power, 5 drop. Let's see. I think I would just play this first one. I think I would just maybe play 3 spectral barrages. Send the strife to the sideboard. We can save that. Try that on another day. I think we made a lot of changes to this deck just now that we need to have another game or two in order to see what the new stuff, the new changes make it feel like. I feel like obviously some of the stuff that that he did that game was pretty impressive with the fan, going back and forth with the fan and the quantum katana. No, not the katana, the coercion. The coercion and the fan are pretty crazy together. Do I bother playing this Heroes Calling? Do I reduce copies? I don't know. I like it. Friend is summoned from either player's underworld. The Dancing Dragon. Midori. Cannot be destroyed by card effects. And reflex. During your opponent's turn, you can send me to the underworld by paying my gem cost. If you do, you can return your current champion to the Aether deck and summon a new one. Yeah. I think I would rather just have more copies of the Lotus, though, for the same reason. It has Entice and it has a better reflex, right? Oh, so that Hanako can't execute it? Gotcha. Let's make that one copy. And make the Lotus 3 copies. And let's get this dragon out of here. Do we want to keep the dragon in, though? Alright, what do you think? Keep dragon or get rid of dragon? The striped dragon. I could also reduce this guy by a copy. No, but he's good too for taking out opposing units. Yeah, in combination with the fan, it's a good board clear. I'll move that to the sideboard. We could save this at 42 cards. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like the 9 cost board wipe. Overworked. Target 1 Eternal. Exhausted. Right. But it's not a body because it has to get removed in order to do it. Destroy all Eternals in this lane. Metora. It's not Miss Metora or Meteora. Meteora. We'll add that to the sideboard. Yeah, I agree. That your ring is going to be interesting. I think that's a pretty good rendition. We're at 42 cards, so the consistency is still pretty strong. Sorry, still going to be pretty strong. It's going to be interesting. I'll have to see if I can't play Tom again soon. Keep going back and forth, trading rounds. Yeah, I think that at this point, before we make any more changes, we got to play another game or two with it. Because otherwise, kind of just making changes based on assuming how something is going to play or how it's going to feel. And it's going to take me a little bit of time to get settled into those feelings. Yeah. Plus, like, optimizing against one deck is not the same as optimizing against the field of decks. But yeah, I like this. I like this pile. This looks pretty good. Like, I could see me taking out this last heroic charge, but it's nice just to have the ability. This guy seems like a challenge. Yeah. Thomas definitely took a lot of advantage of me that game. It was pretty funny. I just couldn't do anything. Like, there was nothing I could do that entire game. I just felt so, like, I didn't feel like one step behind the entire time. I felt like literally 3 steps behind the entire game. Hmm. Yep. Now, he said something about some settings or something. Untap settings. Card preview size large. In-game snap cards to grid. In-game card text display. In-game hotkeys. Card prices when available. Starred cards. Yeah, he played enticing. I did not get to play enticing. Yeah, we'll have to see how this works with the that new setting. Ooh, look, that is a lot bigger. I feel a lot better about that sizing than I did before. We'll go with that. Well, yeah, right? I mean, like, the cards are so small. I don't know. I don't even know why that's not the smallest that it could be. Like, why is that the large option and not the small option? Like, there should be, like, 2 more sizes above that. uh, so, as who else is out there right now? Who else is listening in? I mean, you guys have been listening and hanging out with us all night long, and I just want to see what you guys think. How are you guys enjoying Ethernia so far? Like, even though, you're just watching other people enjoy it, which I understand very much. I have always been more of a player type person than a watcher type person myself. But there's opportunities here to try to enjoy components of the game while you can. So, what are you guys all thinking out there? If anybody's else is listening in right now. I can't tell if anybody's in, so. Well, I mean, like, we're just about to end the stream here, so you guys, if you have anything else that you want to follow up with, let me know now. Otherwise, I'll end the stream in a couple minutes here. Hey, Dylan, Thomas won. He kicked my butt. Very handedly. Yeah, it wasn't even close. It like wasn't. I didn't feel close at all. I didn't even feel like I was one turn behind. I was like 3 turns behind him. He played some very, very smart interactions. But then Nick and I just went back over my deck again, and we made some adjustments to it. He was very determined. He was so determined. I loved it. I loved how determined he was about it because that's what we're gonna need to be a competitive team in the game, right? We're gonna need that determination. No. Nobody likes losing too many times in a row. Like everybody can handle some losses, but like if you start losing too many times in a row, then you just really start to feel like you just don't have it. Yeah. Yep, he was definitely celebrating that win, that's for sure. Yeah, Dylan, now we gotta get you set up to building a deck. When are you gonna do it? Yeah, it's definitely a lot easier to build decks with physical cards than it is on online. That's And by easier, I mean obviously like online you don't have that big old pile of a mess of cards like I would have. Like I'd have cards all over the table trying to figure things out, but like sometimes you just need to have cards laid out and spread out and be able to rearrange them and patchwork them all over the place in order to get them to work the way you want them to. Mm-hmm. Shuffle. Every day we're shuffling. What's an exotic rare? Like, is there even a rarity in this game? I mean, I kind of feel like it's just gonna be the textured foils. Okay. Different types of foil cards, so they'll have different rarities based off of the coolness of how awesome they are. Well, I do believe it's just about time here for me to hop offline. I thank you all for being here again tonight. Thank you to Nick for hanging out and helping guide us through this game. It is really helping us a lot for you to be here, and it's helping us a lot to be able to get through this game. And we're having a ton of fun right now. It is late. It is 1:20 a.m. here. Hi. Did I hear noise?
I joined the party.
Just in time for me to leave. I didn't even know I was still on the voice chat there. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm literally just about to end the stream, so.
No. Textured foils, yes. There's a different type of foil cards. There are 4 types of foils.
Yes.
Jeez. Tell Nick we're playing again. All night, Ethernia.
No, I can't. Not tonight.
Wait till we get to do FaceTime, too. Or, not FaceTime, but, webcam.
Yeah, webcam events, yeah. Like playing with the cardboard. Yep, you betcha. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be more up your alley. So, as I was saying, while I'm going to ignore Dylan for another minute, um, is again, thank you for everybody, all the community out there who have popped in for the night. Appreciate you listening in. Again, without you guys, without community, there's no reason for us to do any of this. You guys are our purpose and our reason, and we are here to try to support the games that we play with you guys and support the games that you guys play and make those connections with you guys. So always feel free to be engaged and pop in, say hi. Check us out in our Discord, our Facebook, wherever you can get a hold of us. We're always available to you guys. So thank you so much, and I wish you all a splendid evening, and we will be back again soon with another game of Ethernia sometime, or whatever we're going to play at the moment. I don't know what's up next. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep playing, doing stuff. This is what we do. I am excited for the cardboard to come in and actually see the artwork in person on the cards. It's going to be so much different than the sample-based cards. Like this Midori is going to look absolutely insane in person, in foil. Ah, thanks, Dylan. Thanks for extending your subscription, man. Appreciate it. Woohoo! Yay!
Happy brawlers for life.
Yeah, I mean, like, how could you not make this Midori a textured foil? I mean, just like the way the Lotus is set up, it's just begging for it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So I'm stoked, and I can't wait to get more involved in it. I can't wait for us to start being able to host tournaments. That's gonna be the real fun.
We're gonna go to Seattle.
Maybe we are. We gotta figure this out.
Sir, we looked at flights for Leigh. It's only $300 round trip.
That's not too bad.
From going from New York to Seattle, that is not that.
That's pretty good. I
Same
mean,
cost from Texas to Seattle.
Yeah. Same cost from here to Texas, which is ridiculous. Anything to Texas seems to be expensive. Texas likes everything bigger, including their plane ticket prices.
That is not a lie, sir. Still less than a meta deck in other games.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool if we could get at least the 3 of us there.
I think it's definitely doable.
Supreme rare. Wellens fan. That fan's gonna be cool.
Okay, I'm ready for my exotic rares. Do. These are estimates.
Estimates.
No, you didn't open up the link he sent. It has all the foils. So
yeah, I'm
wait,
looking at it.
are those gonna be Nick? Nick's laughing. Can you hear me?
Yeah, he can hear you. You're on stream, bud.
Oh, okay. I said, I'm just excited. I just finished a report that I was told I needed to do on a Saturday, and I was like, man, I'm not gonna have time to do this. But then I had slept for 4 hours, and I was like, okay, guess I got time.
These are estimates.
Wait, so these are gonna be the randomized boxes, like the extension. Serena, thanks for stopping by and joining the stream.
Yeah, that's just my bot, Dylan. You've seen it 100
Oh,
times.
okay, I got. Anyways, yeah, no, the boxes are gonna be the ones that we get at the LGSs, right? Or are these for the purchases? I
So
forgot.
where do we get these boxes?
I'm not gonna. It's gonna be a hard sell. Vega's like strictly. We already got full art. That's another reason he likes the game. But then I was like, "You're gonna get foils." He's like, "I don't foil anything."
Participation cards. So
Nice.
participation in like LGSs,
And probably big events.
big events, small events for
I'm
some
looking.
of them.
I'm looking for vacation. I was about to say Hokage. Hokage.
Hanaku.
Hanaku. Hanaku vacation. Hanaku at the beach.
Yeah, I bet you are.
The beach assassin.
So, what's the boxes and how much are you? I don't understand. What's the structure of this box?
Oh, Vince will have these, but the first 1,000 people also always get them at. So these are 100. Oh, 100 packs in a box, and the LGS sells them for $7.50, or
Okay.
you can get them for $5 for entry. Basically, you pay for entry and then you get the pack. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's
So
good.
these are gonna be part of an LGS kit. So $100 LGS kit.
$100, yeah. They get 100 in a box, and then the tournaments run, I guess, depending on how many they want.
So we got 83 rares, 8 supreme rares, 6 eternity rares, and 3 exotic rares or so, roughly speaking, in the
Exotic.
box. So these versions are actually going to be very exclusive, very difficult to pick up actually. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, 3 in a whole box. So only 3 exotic rares, and it could be doubles, it could be singles, it could be pet. You just don't know. Don't know. So these are cards that are already in the game. They're just the foil version.
Yeah.
Gotcha,
Yeah. No premier versions of cards are going to exist without a basic version. That's my understanding.
Oh, I like that I can win more packs for topping. Leigh, you won't be getting more packs. Sorry.
Okay, sure. We'll see. Honestly, I don't even care as long as I get to play and support the community, so.
Ooh, alternate arts.
Yep.
What about medals? No, that'd be too heavy. You'd know which one's which. Those will probably be but special events will probably have medal cards.
Yeah. Prize cards, like for topping and stuff.
Ooh, yeah. Yep, regionals, etc. He answered. Nick, I'm glad you've been so. The biggest thing I like is that you've been so active in the community already. That's big for us.
I don't know what the Dota thing is, but
I like that I love the heck out of card games. Yep. Same.
But yeah, I'm excited. I'm just excited for this style of card game where I don't have to like sink $1 billion into it. I could just kind of coast through it, but still be very intensely involved in it at the same time.
Nice. Yeah, I think also the biggest thing for me, especially obviously once I think we're really getting towards that, obviously a lot of stuff going on, but getting back into, big events. I think the, some stores are, not some, but a good amount of stores are back open. I know we talked to Nick, talked about Gen Con, or any kind of con where we can maybe run, an event at. So
Yeah, we'll get there. Little bit by little bit. We just got to get the community there. We got to get people ready. I think people are ready for a card game, but we just got to get them involved. And it's hard to be involved until you have the cards. And
oh yeah, PAX, yeah.
building community takes forever. I mean, like, we've been at it for the past year and a half, 2 years or so, building up our community through Argent Saga and a couple other leads here and there, but predominantly Argent Saga. So I think we're ready for some fresh content for a fresh game to help continue the expansion of what we can do as Tavern Brawlers for the community.
Yep. No question.
Yep. Like, we have a lot of very active people in our community, so it's really fantastic, and it's so wonderful of them to be so involved in our community. Like, for them to put their trust and confidence in our stability and positivity in the community is definitely one of the most rewarding things that could happen coming out of this for us.
Forgot that PAX is in Seattle, and I hope that's still. I wonder if that's going on in September. I remember I was looking that up.
Well, it is 1:30 in the morning, and I got a couple things to do before I go to bed. I want to try to cut these videos and send them out, and I don't even know if I'll be able to do that tonight. I probably won't do that tonight, I suppose. Probably have to do that tomorrow.
Until we reconvene and chat tomorrow, Nick,
yeah.
You maybe.
Say what? What'd you say?
I don't know. Am I following you?
Are you following me? I mean, like, I don't know. I hope not. I mean, not too closely. It'd be kind of weird for you to follow me all the way from Texas.
Woo! Okay, I'll let you sleep. I'm going back to watching TV. Everybody have a good night.
Hey, thanks, Dylan. You too. Thanks for playing. Hey. Oh, how did your first game go? How did you feel about the game playing your first game?
I definitely still like. If I knew more of I think two biggest things. The game overall, great. A lot of mechanics I still need to kind of learn because I'm getting adjusted from the other card games I've played over the years, and plus most recently the game. But I do like the mechanics. It seems well. Just some things I got to think about. Strategy. Once I get used to playing, I can do better. I don't like Untapped, but that's just me. I'm sure that's a lot of people.
I despise Untapped too. But carry on.
But I don't think that's the reason we shouldn't still be testing. I think once we get the physical cards and I can actually start doing in person and webcam, I think it's going to be a lot better.
Yeah.
And I think the game is going definitely in the right direction. I see a lot of positive feature, and the biggest, I think, the whole the expandable card game aspect coming from a game that I don't know if Nick knows, I don't know if he's still on, but playing Versus System 2-player card game, which is just very similar in the expansion process. You get XYZ cards. I like that a lot because anybody can kind of jump in you have to start the core set and you can jump in really anytime, and I like that. And I think it's going to be, even though there's going to be different ones, people can still be competitive with the original, and if they want to add additional on, or if they just want to play casually, I think it's a good thing where they can pick it up anytime. They don't have to have the latest and the greatest.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I also appreciate that we don't have to have exclusive cards that you have to chase to, so you can play at a budget if you have to.
Exactly, yeah, and I think the fact that if you do, if you want to spend the extra money, that's great. Do what's makes you happy, but also the fact that if you're willing to go out and travel, and you are playing, you're playing with your cards, and as you play, your deck gets better because it's better as in more foiling and more value to you maybe too, but I don't know. I just think that's great. I think that's how. I think that's going to be a good structure, and I hope it goes well. I hope a lot of people like that aspect, especially the players that are, like we said, more budget. It's a definitely more as of right now. It's a. I mean, I'm sure it's going to continue to be, but a budget-friendly game it seems. So, yep.
Yep. Yep. Well, I think with that, I think we're just gonna go ahead and close out for the night now. Even though I said
Okay.
this like 4 times now, I mean,
I know. Lee.
there's always
Well,
there's always more to talk about. There's always more to talk about.
We can talk all day. We might have to start a. Well, you have your stream, but we might have to start a podcast.
Yeah. See you guys. Have a great night. Thank you.
Everybody, bye.